EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Las Vegas Raiders. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They begin the drive with Williams. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, Cousins. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, here's Cousins. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
First carry of the game for Zamir White. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Foles. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 15 now. Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Cousins now. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And some room to work. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here in Vegas. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Yeah, go, let's go, let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Higgins. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Foles. He gets this to Devontae Adams. He's got the first down and more. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jacobs going to try the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Raiders at 500 at 6-6. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Purple 64.
Up the middle they go. It's Higgins. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Foles. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slam. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 32-yard line. Off the draw, here's Williams. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Cousins to throw it. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Chandler Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though. I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 64 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Off the play fake, Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick six ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had an open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away, and finds his way into the end zone.
Level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Play action now. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have the Vikings first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Cousins again. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. Down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Cousins. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Again, it's Cousins. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd and 7, Foles looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is brought in at the 21. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. On play action, Cousins. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again. Cousins. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Touchdown! Justin Jefferson. As the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they do.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Mostert is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
13.
Now a handoff up the middle. Higgins. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see Charles come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Foles. And he fires one, but incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Play fake. Cousins. On the move to his left. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot, because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
What we got? What we got?
Here's Foles. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now Foles. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
At the 34-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
This is taken at the 10. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Foles. He'll look downfield for Waller. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Throwing, Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. A run with Mostert up the middle. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. When I see a route like that, I don't know how anybody stays with these receivers, because he curled back. I thought he was going to stop, then he just took off.
He really gave the impression that the curl was the end of the route. But when he turned it upfield and the throw was there, nothing a defender can do.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Now he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 24, Foles. Open man, that's Renfro. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfro, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Foles will look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll be out right at the 35. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Weldon. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And the Raiders have got him. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Operating from the gun, Weldon. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. On that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 181 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
13.
They'll run on first down. It's Higgins, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Under.
On 2nd and 9, Foles. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Throwing to start the drive. Weldon, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Byron Jones getting to him from the secondary.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Weldon. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And this home crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out in the end. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you've got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.